My educational giant is Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau was born in Geneva, Switzerland in 1712. Later, he married Theresa Levine in 1745. Together, they had 5 children, all of which they gave up to the hospital, which was almost a death sentence at the time. Rousseau held many different jobs throughout his life. He was a composer, a teacher, an engraver, a secretary, and even a writer at a controversial magazine. Throughout the years, Jean-Jacques Rousseau composed quite a few symphonies for the opera house that was in the town that he lived in, as well as teaching for many years. One of the contributions that Rousseau was best known for was his blank slate theory. Jean-Jacques Rousseau believed that children were blank slates. When they were born, they knew nothing. This here is Evelyn Dixon. Evelyn is only 9 days old. So, as Rousseau would say, she is a blank slate. But even though she was born and she doesn't know how to speak or take care of herself, or even can see properly, Evelyn has inborn tendencies that she was born with. She has something what's called the rooting reflex. If you touch the side of her cheek, Evelyn will turn and suck. This is an inborn technique to help with survival. Also, when Evelyn is upset, as we saw earlier, when she's crying, we give her something to suck on because she sucks to soothe herself. So is she really a blank slate because she has these inbred tendencies? She knows how to suck to get food from her mother, and she knows that when she wants to be calmed down, she can suck and calm herself. Also, children can become a lot like their parents. We also here have Eleanor Dixon and Rachel Dixon. Rachel, how old is Eleanor?
18 months.
18 months? And would you say she's at all like you in any way?
She's a lot like me.
She is. How would you say she is like you?
Her favorite snack is ice, which was something that I craved all through my pregnancy, and she eats it like a treat to this day, like I do.
So do you eat ice a lot in front of her?
I do. I eat ice in front of her at least a couple times a day.
Would you say that she would eat ice if you didn't eat ice every day?
Probably not. No.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so you could say that Eleanor learned that from you.
She definitely did. I used to feed it to her when she was a baby.
And is there anything else that Eleanor does?
I ate Mexican food while I was pregnant with her, and she is in love with Mexican food. It's her favorite.
Really? Yeah. So you're saying Eleanor learned to eat Mexican food because you like Mexican food?
Yes, I think so. I would say that. Yeah.
Oh, and see here, Eleanor is eating a bowl of ice, which is her favorite treat. And also, do you teach her to say any words at certain times?
Whenever she asks for anything, she has to say please. Can you say please?
Please. Oh.
Good girl.
So you would say that Eleanor was a blank slate, and you taught her to say please when she wants something. You taught her that a yummy snack is ice, and also that Mexican food is yummy, and she likes that.
Yes.
Does she ever imitate anything that you do?
She imitates everything we do, from making fishy faces to clapping her hands to the way she runs away from me and the way she dances.
So what you're saying is she watches you and learns from you.
Definitely. She got a baby doll when we brought home the new baby, and she carries around that baby and pats the baby's back like she sees me do with Evelyn.
Really?
Yes.
So it is safe to say that Evelyn or Eleanor watches you and likes to mimic what you do.
Yes.
Very interesting. Proving Rousseau's theory of the blank slate and being taught the blank slate.
Yes.
Also, when you play with Eleanor, do you tell her what you want her to learn, or do you just kind of show her and guide her?
I think she learns best with showing and guiding. If we want her to do something, we do it first, and she's really good at imitating it.
Oh, so you kind of let her direct her learning?
Definitely. We give her space. We want her to explore and figure things out for herself and kind of be a little more independent in discovering things she likes and doesn't like.
Oh, so that is a great way to teach your child so she can learn autonomously. Oh, that's great. And then also, would you say that how old is Eleanor? A year and a half?
Yes.
Would you try to teach her multiplication now?
No.
Addition?
No, probably not.
Okay.
We're working on colors and shapes.
Colors and shapes. See, Eleanor is only 18 months old. She wouldn't be ready for multiplication, addition, anything like that. Rachel wisely is waiting until Eleanor is the right age to teach her the right things because she wouldn't be ready right now. Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us here today. Thank you, Eleanor.
You say bye?
Nada. Rachel is a parent who follows Jean-Jacques Rousseau's theories about teaching children. She waits until her children are ready, and she lets her children discover for herself. Also, she lets her child show her what she wants to learn. So Rousseau is a great model for Rachel. Some would say that because Rousseau gave up his own 5 children, that he is not a credible source, because how would he know these things if he didn't love his own children? Today, here we have Gertrude Tuttle, who is here to talk to us about Rousseau and what she thinks about his theories. Thank you for being here today, Gertrude.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure. Oh, thank you. So, Gertrude, do you believe in Jean-Jacques Rousseau's theories?
I have a difficult time following his theories. As a man who could abandon his own children, how could he have that nurturing, that thoughtfulness, the ability to truly study children? He can't even do that with his own.
It's very true. That is hard. Do you agree with any of his theories, or
I would admit some of his theories I can go along with, but clearly any parent could go along with that. Anyone who has raised a child knows.
Yes. So giving up his own children could make his credibility go down.
I find it very questionable. Yes, I do.
Oh, thank you, Gertrude.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here today. Rousseau had a lot of great theories that we still use today. When I have my own classroom, I know that I will work hard to have child-centered learning, let them guide me in what they need to learn and what they want to learn, and also I will try to make sure that I don't teach them anything that they're not ready for and give them the attention they need.